God uses Master Provisions to provide clothing, jobs, orphan care, and other practical assistance to economically devastated countries around the world. Since 1994, Master Provisions unites Christians to meet physical needs while we spread the gospel and show God's love to thousands of people who face daily survival hardships. In places like Zimbabwe and Ukraine, citizens have suffered through periods of high inflation that produce widespread poverty and unemployment. In Kosovo, in India, the ravages of drought or war and overpopulation yield tremendous suffering. In Niger, people battle starvation, disease, and malnutrition on a daily basis, especially in rural areas. In most countries that we serve, housing is inadequate and jobs are scarce. Into such disastrous situations, Master Provisions brings hope. Using clothes as the primary tool to assist the church, we ship containers full of tons of good used clothing and shoes to accomplish God's purposes. We provide clothing, create jobs, teach people about Jesus, care for orphans, and offer service opportunities. Master Provisions teams up with churches in America to pack and load good used clothes, shoes, and accessories and other supplies into containers for shipment to people in needy countries like Bosnia, Honduras, India, Kosovo, Niger, Ukraine, and Zimbabwe. Directors in those countries determine how to distribute your donated items. Some of the clothing is given away to the neediest of people, as identified by local church workers, while the rest is sold at low prices in line with low wages. All proceeds benefit the work of the church after good wages are paid to hundreds of workers.
I've worked with Master Provisions for about 7 years now, bringing groups of students on pretty much a monthly basis on a Saturday morning to pack clothes together so that we can do some work and help the containers get ready to be shipped overseas. And the responses that we hear from students is remarkable. They learn lessons that you don't even have to teach. They learn it by doing it. They realize, they say things like, boy, I had no idea we had so much, when they look at the clothes that people have given away generously, and they are amazed at how something as simple as packing clothes and investing a few hours on a Saturday morning locally can have a global impact and affect people on the other side of the planet.
God turns every $100 donated to Master Provisions into $500 of ministry funds generated in some of the countries we serve. Your generous giving allows our ministry partners abroad to assist orphans, send missionaries, host teaching conferences, educate students, and bring the gospel to many unreached villages and towns. 2 churches in Ukraine have built large sanctuaries to evangelize the masses that live in thousands of apartments within walking distance of their respective facilities. Ministry growth at Master Provisions depends on financial contributions and clothing donations from hundreds of individuals and churches. We need your generous gifts. Goods shipped by Master Provisions allow people to take care of their family's clothing needs. By purchasing their own clothing, people avoid a welfare-like dependence on us and maintain personal dignity and responsibility. Sorting and distributing clothing gives unemployed believers a stable job. They enjoy Christian fellowship and put biblical work principles into daily practice. Hundreds of full-time jobs have been created through the outreach of Master Provisions. Grateful workers follow Christ's example of meeting physical needs, which in turn leads to opportunities to witness to customers and address their more critical spiritual needs. Master Provisions provides 3 great service opportunities for you: helping with clothing projects, traveling on short-term mission trips, and sponsoring orphans to be placed into Christian homes. Involving your church in collecting, sorting, packing, and loading clothing for needy people overseas builds awareness for missions, strengthens relationships among church members, and gives people a tangible and significant product for their effort. Church members, young and old, will look at each other and say, "We helped do that." Short-term mission trips change lives. Master Provisions leads mission trips each year to allow you to carry out Christ's command to witness to the world. We also sponsor medical and dental trips to needy countries.
I was 13 when I went on my first mission trip with Master Provisions. I went to Ukraine 3 years in a row. I would encourage anybody to go. You get to work with kids, and you get to just tell people about what God's done in your life, and everything is planned out for you. You have a host family ready for you and waiting for you, and just ready to accept you and You have your interpreters ready, and they're always great interpreters. And you just get to spend a lot of time with people sharing the good news about God. I would go any day. I would go again, and I would encourage you to.
Mission Journeys offer you opportunities to encourage children, speak and teach, participate in worship and Bible studies, and to share other talents. How can God use you to help Master Provisions? You can be the catalyst to start a clothing drive at your church, perhaps even involving your entire community. The extra used clothing and shoes in your closet become instruments God uses to spread His word in impoverished countries around the world. Or consider our Master Care program, by which you can help place an orphan into a loving Christian home in his or her own country for just $50 per month.
Master Care, to me, is an amazing ministry because not only are you paying for shelter and food and clothing, providing for this child, but you're also putting them in a Christian home in their own culture. God wants us to house and clothe and feed the orphans, and this is an opportunity where I can do that.
And by joining our email prayer alert team, you'll receive our current prayer needs every month so you can intercede specifically on our behalf to encourage God's guidance, blessing, and protection here and around the world. Volunteers help to enlarge the ministry outreach of Master Provisions. Please help us to collect, sort, and pack enough clothing and shoes to send a shipment overseas. By organizing your church, large or small, to fill a container, you will be providing clothing, jobs, and the gospel to people who might otherwise not hear God's message. Some large churches have even filled a container by themselves. Are you willing to organize a clothing drive at your church with our assistance? Master Provisions relies on churches and individuals to supply good clothing and financial support. Ministry growth at Master Provisions depends on caring people like you. God uses people with willing hearts and open ears. Those who shut their ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their time of need. Are your ears open to the cries of the poor?